Okay. There? Okay. Now. Now. Wow. 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 Wow, that is mostly ntsc. Mostly. Wow, that's, look at that artwork. Aliens. That is fantastic. I'm interested what the print's going to look like. Aliens. Mostly. Okay. I've been eager for this pressing for, I don't know, not really eager. Oh well, that was not a brilliant night out with astronomy. Been out with a telescope tonight. Hasn't been out for a year or so. Still a little bit cold. Wiped off some of the condensation because of when it came in, changing the temperature. Let's have a look. Extended play. So it says. Yeah, it's extended. Sometimes they misprint the label, so I'm just checking the side just to see if it's got the sort of familiarities with a CAV. Of course, this side will be blank, more or less, mostly, and that's top side. The other side when the laser would go over. This would be, get the angle on the light. Yeah, CAV. So that side is CAV, and that's the encoded side, mostly. Just see what this looks like. See what this pressing looks like. Mostly interested, mostly curiosity, mostly. Let's have a look at this side. Extended and extended play, it says. Let's have a look. Yeah, CLV. Yeah, that's CLV. Okay, mostly. What? How did you get on your back? Oh, how did I get back early? We called it quits. The ground temperature felt like an ice cube. Mostly. Well, crikey. I think we were bearing it for about 3 hours. We were bearing it for 3 hours, so Dave sort of like, said, I want to call it quit in a moment. I concur. Some of that hot coffee he had, and then the thermos flask was nice. I even put the cup on my shoe. And of course, I had to wear my regular shoes because the other ones were. No, it's okay. It's not a problem. Put the warm cup on my shoe, and I could feel the warm going into my toes. Tiny percentage. Oh, that was okay. But if I took my thermostat out there and stuck it in the ground to get a ground temperature reading, I wouldn't be surprised what I would see. I wouldn't be surprised. So we may do it again, maybe in the spring. What we got to do now is hold out till spring. No, we don't wait till spring. Someone in this camp isn't what he appears to be. Well, is it some kind of test, Doc? Well, I was thinking of kind of a blood test. We got all the blood in the storage. Here are the keys. You check on the doc. I'm going to go back to my camp and have a bottle of whiskey because this whole thing is messing with my head. Yeah. So just wait till spring until it's a little bit warmer. But then you probably get lousy weather, overcast clouds, rain. Oh, yeah. And the moon doesn't really help. The moon doesn't really help, crying out loud. It was just so much glare mostly from it. It helps, as he says, if you're looking around, you can see your feet below you and all that. Yeah, I agree on that. But the downside is it just adds an extra glare in the sky. So all we looked at was Jupiter, Saturn, and Orion. Orion just looks as it did as I first saw it one time. It still looks the same. So Orion, wow, it's incredible. You see lights sort of star or whatever, and in between it, it's like a misty, gassy, kind of dusty cloud effect. Incredible. It's absolutely millions, billions of light years away from this planet. Incredible. Oh, I tried to get some pictures with the camera, but I couldn't get the focus. So some of the pictures have come out not very good because I couldn't really focus on something that I could clearly focus on, an object, because I've got to use manual. Can't use automatic focus because the camera just won't automatically focus on, like if I use autofocus in here, it'll autofocus easily because there's lots of things that it can reference. There's a little green thing that pops on the screen, moves around, and it's calculating, and then it says it's okay. I can take the picture, but outside, no, you just get something that comes up in red. So you've got to switch the manual. It's on the focus. Got to switch the thing off and then try and focus. But there's not many objects out. I tried focusing on the distance of the lights from Bournemouth and go look at the image, and then I'll use a zoom on the camera to magnify the image, and then just look at the lights that I can see, and then just gradually try and focus the until they're very spot on, and then I could take a picture of the stars. But I didn't get a very good. Got a good picture of Dave in the picture where he's kind of looking, but he's a bit out of focus because the camera's mostly focused on the moon, but the moon's not really focused, so you can't see any detail. It's just completely white image. But it had a nice camera effect where it had a nice kind of starry effect. It almost looked like something out of Star Trek 2, the Wrath of Khan, and some nice lens glare effect going in the camera. And I thought, well, that looks nice, but too bad I couldn't. I just couldn't get the because it was nice and dark out there. But I I would have thought we should have gone somewhere like Hensbury Head, to the car park out at Hensbury Head. Out there, it's pretty damn dark. You don't have to drive too far out to the New Forest. Because at first, Dave's thinking, oh, we're driving down, we're looking at all this, and it's like, oh no, look at all those cars. They're dogging. And then we're going down the hill, and I'm saying, no, 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 we don't want to be going. Now we're going into an abyssal depth of trees. It was high up there. Now we're going down in a dip, and this doesn't look good. I said, head back. I don't care about people dogging in a motor car. I couldn't care less. Maybe the telescope will scare them off and they go back home. Um, oh dear. Um, yeah, other than that, the point we're not too far from the dual carriageway. The ramp when you go over it, that clunk clunk where the cows walk over or something. There's a little thing there in the road. Um, it wasn't too far away from the dual carriage. Um, so yeah, we're on that road where it's kind of high, and then it dips down and you go over a little bit over the left into Burley. Nice little pubs and nice little things around there. Could have sort of like just sort of gone in there for a quick moment and had a little meal, a little drink, a little meal, and then leave. Other than that, the spot's okay. The spot, I like it. It's not a bad spot. But I don't see much. There's not too much problem with Hensbury Head, the car park. As far as I can remember, the geographic plane doesn't have many trees, especially when you're looking out towards the ocean. There's, you know, um, but then looking around, mostly the residential homes, it's relatively dark. It's not very glitzy in light, so it's it's relatively dark, and there's not many um, obstruction. Tree. I mean, trees are good; they give oxygen. So, um, yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, I would give tonight a rating of about 6 out of 10. It was just too nippy cold. I was prepared. um, Dave gave it an 8 out of 10. And then suddenly he dropped that 8 out of 10 to about a 7 because he said my telescope was dirty. I said, it's only got a bit of dust on it. Come on, it's been in the kitchen for about a year. I did clean it up before I took it out, and I was going to do something, a project. I was going to do a little project here tonight, and I suddenly drop it. I just drop it. But Dave said, when I go out for a short while. So yeah, he was right. If we had been out there to about midnight and that, it would have got more colder. I was thinking that there were a few little issues that I could notice. There, come on, stop going behind the OLED. There are a few little things that can improve the experience. Is a rugged piece of carpet to lay down on the ground. That would give a little bit of, at least it'd take a bit of the cold temperature away from your feet. It'd take a little bit of that away. Second, a kind of tent, like a small little tent, just enough for a few people to get in. So it's covering around, because the problem there was with the moon was the light glare coming down at an angle, and then when I'm looking through the optic, I could see the reflection on the moon, and it's like, I've got to put my hand there to shield the glare. Another thing is just get a piece of cloth or something, put it over your head, and something like that is so simple than a tent. But I was thinking maybe a tent, that's something good. And then maybe you could put some like small little heating thing in there and blow some warm air around, and that will keep some of the chill factor down if it will, going out there in the winter time. So it's got to be something that could be easily, quickly set up within less than 10 minutes. And of course, with the telescope, setting it up, depending on Dave, he has to set his, so it takes 30 minutes for him to set his up. It only takes putting my telescope down somewhere, and then we had to get star coordinate, which we didn't really get programmed in, so we didn't really get anywhere with that because we were looking for 2 stars, and it was a little bit tricky. And then also the viewfinder, which is over on the right side of the telescope, and it's got a little red dot light that shines on it, and you can adjust the brightness on that red dot so it's very dim, so you can see it almost like transparent when you're looking for it, and then it was just lining up. But I was not too sure whether it was 100% aligned. I thought it might have been a couple of degrees out of alignment. So I've got to line that up, maybe look at something, point the telescope out the window during the daytime, focus on something across the road, and try and get everything lined up. So if I look at a little object and think, okay, get it in that, and then I should go then, and then I should be able to go over to the scope and then look through, and it should be right there, spot on, aligned. But I was just a little bit sure. I was thinking it might have got knocked out of alignment slightly. But yeah, we looked at Jupiter, and I got it in the eye, and I moving the scope very slowly and tilting, and then boom, I got it. And then we looked for Saturn. Oh, that was awkward, especially when using an extra magnification on the telescope. Made it very awkward. Just to zoom in on the image a little bit more, closer magnification, called a Barlow lens. And it just, and just the telescope just moving a tiny fraction, and then suddenly, bam! This image just goes completely like, where did it go? Where did it go? Go back. You adjust the telescope very gently. Also, the batteries. Yeah, batteries have been in the telescope for a year, mostly idle. So they worked, but I thought it sounded a bit slow, the motor speed. And they, he was thinking maybe we'll change the, batteries, blah blah blah. I noticed the sound of the speed of the motors. Then I noticed that, oh right, now they sound a little bit different because there's a little bit more voltage. As he's recommended also to get a power pack sort of thing, so it's got a bit of voltage and ampage. Um, get one of those. Get one of those cheap, so I could plug it in. So yeah. Otherwise, the Amazon batteries. I think the Amazon batteries are done pretty well, particularly when they've been in idle in that telescope for a year. They're not doing anything. They've just been idle. I'd be surprised if I take those batteries. Oh, crikey, I mixed them all up now when I put them back in the air because there's still some voltage to power maybe a remote control. But when it's got to move the servo motors for the rotation for the telescope and then the remote control display thing and the computer programming thing on how many batteries is that? That's 8 batteries. So they're 1.5 volt. There's 8 batteries. Oh, wow. I haven't been to a hairdresser's. I just get the bloody what's it now. I don't care if the hair looks a little scruffy. Oh, it does now because I've been wearing a woolly hat. I've got to wash my hair, so I've been wearing a woolly hat. Just having a little ice cube with Bailey's. Crikey, I still haven't uploaded those other things from the other night. Crikey. Theatre number 4, Dolby stereo number 2. Check the speaker settings. Okay, everything's okay there. Go to laserdisc. Yeah. Wow. Sounds like I've got to do a sound tune up. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, wow. I know this is different because you got the 20th Century Fox intro at the beginning. On the PAL Laserdisc, it didn't have a 20th Century Fox intro, similar to the PAL VHS tape. So hang on, I've got to do a sound tune up. Got to do a rehearsal. Check the crossover. So I'm just doing some sound rehearsal. I'm just reviewing it. Oh wow, looks nice and clear so far. Check the input levels on the source level. Let me go back to the beginning. I don't think there's chapters on this, I'm not too sure. Oh, it's got chapters on it.
Just like to go.
Whoops, stop the play. It's okay. That's okay. Where's the remote? Oh gosh. I'm having a bad time. I think it's because I'm out of sync. See, I'm thinking like I'm a projection. It's now a fucking projection booth, and shit like this shouldn't be going on. Absolutely not. Pause it. Okay. What was it? I'll get to it. Okay. Go in a bit. Okay. It's about the best I can do that. Gotta get that Fox intro. Pretty good there. Let's go through chapters now. I'll skip through. I'll do checks. Let's see. Quite a few checks to do. Let's do a left total, right total alignment.
Where you want it?
Bay 12, please.
Wow.
1. Mark. 1. 5. Try to initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5.
We're on express elevator to hell.
Sir. On my mark. 5.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
Sir. On my mark. 5.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
On my mark.
We're
5.
on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2. 1. Mark. 1. Mark. 1. Mark.
Yo, Hicks. I think we got something here.
A little bit of a kind of like a preamp boost.
I think we got something here.
Behind us.
One of us?
Hey, Pawn, where are your people? Anybody in D block?
That's a negative. We're rolling operation.
Hey, Pawn, where are your people? Anybody in D block?
That's a negative. We're rolling operations.
Hopefully Frosty.
Oh, did I leave a cupboard unguarded? Sounds like I've got xenomorphs. What's going on?
It's moving.
Which way? It's coming straight forward. Straight up.
It's interesting listening to the mix levels. The mix levels are slightly different on the PAL laser disc pressing.
Ripley.
What I can't figure is why they didn't have a CAV side. Okay. I'm going to do a manual changeover. I'm just going to do a manual changeover on the side. I'm doing an auto change. I'll do a manual. Blast from the past. It's like... This loaded. It didn't say no disc. If I get any of that no disc thing again, I still haven't even ordered or found a laser. Wow, listen to those windows opening.
What's her name again?
Rebecca.
Now think, Rebecca.
Yo! Stop your grinning and drop your linen. Found them.
They alive?
Unknown. It looks like all of them.
The cuts are different because of the ntsc speed versus power laser disc, which is 4% speed. So, side brakes are different.
Over at the processing station. Sub-level 3, under the main cooling towers.
Looks like a goddamn town meeting. Let's saddle up, E-Phone.
Aye, sir. All right. Let's go, people. They ain't paying us by the hour. Let's go. Hit them out. Okay, Frost, you're driving.
Like where this scene here, where the scene where they're going towards the complex, that's on side 2 on the power laser disc. I still can't understand. They got plenty of record time on these discs. I can't understand why they didn't have a CAV side. Not that it matters. But
Fall back. Fall back.
Cut off! Do something!
But there are chapters, in chapter encoding stops on this. So unlike the power laser disc, there are no chapter stops. There seem to be quite a few chapters on this.
Incinerators and fall back. Fire with the incinerators and fall back. Where's Basky?
Wow.
Maybe they don't show up on infrared at all.
Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on?
Asking core down.
Jesus Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on? Dave Pong. Jesus. Jesus Christ, Dave Pong, what? Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on? Jesus. Jesus Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on?
Asking core down. Asking core.
Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on? Jesus Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on?
Asking core down.
Jesus Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on?
Asking core down.
Dave Pong, what is going on? Jesus Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on?
Asking core. Asking core down.
Jesus Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on? What is going on?
Asking core down.
Jesus Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on?
Asking.
Jesus Christ, Dave Pong, what is going on?
Asking core down.
Bro,
Dietrich Frost off the
sound off,
Frost off the
sound off,
Frost off the
sound off, bro,
Dietrich Frost off the
sound off, bro,
Dietrich Frost off the
sound off,
Frost off the
sound off, Frost, Frost,
Dietrich Frost off the
sound off, bro,
Dietrich Frost off the
sound off, Frost, 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 oh, Frost,
Where's Basky? Where's Basky? Let's rock!
Wow.
Let's rock! Let's rock!
who's firing? God damn it! Who's firing? God. Who's firing? God damn it! Who's firing? God damn it! I ordered to hold fire.
Coming out the goddamn wall! Look! I'll be right back!
Hey, Paul, I want you to lay down and suppress.
Tripod. I mounted the camera on the telescope. There's a what do you call it? A mounting thing on the telescope for the mounting the camera. So the camera is absolutely steady. There's a little thing, adapter I fitted on it. Otherwise, I could have took the other separate tripod. That's why, you rig it all up on these telescopes. They're like, I mean, Dave's got a nice viewfinder thing. He's got a nice kind of like large one that's about that size, I think. Of course, there's only a small one on mine. Only a small one, which it works. I want to make sure it's absolutely absolutely made sure it's aligned. Realistically, I've got to use a laser, really, like a dot, so it'll appear. So, like, you could do it in the daytime somewhere, get a dot, providing you can see the, on a wall or somewhere in the distance, or, and then line it up, and so the what's it, the crosshair sort of thing, the crosshair on the little, and there's a little laser light thing that shines on it, a little light beam, so you can adjust the brightness on it and dim it, make it dim so it's transparent almost, and then you can see like, oh yeah, it's spot on target there, and then just look through the scope and it should be right there. if not right spot on within the middle. If it's slightly over there or slightly over there or there, then it's still a few degree out of alignment. Oh, wow.
Fire with the fire with the hold your fire, goddammit! Incinerators and fall back by squads. Say again? All after incinerators. I said I want you to lay down a suppressing fire with the incinerators and fall back by squads. And fall back by squads. Talk to me. Copy. Talk to me.
Go on! Get them out of there! Do it now!
Shut up!
Whoever's left, get them out!
I'm just going to check the aspect ratio on this pressing to see if it's slightly, they slightly zoomed in on it slightly. I'm not sure if it's an actual open mat. I'll do a comparison when I do a comparison in a moment. Take a still picture with the camera of a scene and see. But I can pretty much tell. Like this scene. Where it was most of it looked like it's open mat. Where this one looks like might be pan scan, or there's not much you really pan scan on a widescreen movie because it's the aspect ratio is not very great, wide, not like scope, but anamorphic scope, and usually that you got to do that sort of scanning sort of thing, or I think this might be slightly zoomed in on the image a little bit. The image looks a little bit like a little soft on this NTSC one pressing. It looks a little soft, like maybe they've used a degree of digital noise reduction to soften the image a little bit. Otherwise, I think the power pressing probably looks pretty good. I know what artifacts go through. I'm going to go over to side 3. Because I memorized certain glitches and certain video artifact glitches on a previous NTSC, the special edition version. No, not the special edition version. I think it's the THX. Can't remember if it was the THX AC3 laserdisc. It might have been the AC3 laserdisc, but I know it's a slight video kind of artifact. Whereas on the PAL one, it wasn't there. It was almost perfect. If it had just a little tiny extra adjustment to it, it'd be way more than perfect. It would have been really good. Probably make a 4K UHD disc look very shameless. Magic. Magic. Just walked over a laser disc. Oh my goodness. I've seen a black cat walk over a laser disc. Oh no. That's not good. It's the same thing as a mirror. Oh no. Magic. Other than that, the discs are okay. I would say these have hardly been played. Good. Wonder where the side brake is. Oh, that's interesting. So they course they're not maybe compressing some of it or whatever. But I would swear, yeah, if you got a multi-standard laserdisc player, I would swear possibly the PAL laserdisc version is pretty damn good. So on side 3, Ripley's looking around for the pulse rifle. Of course, she knows. She already realizes it's Burke. You know, not yet. She hasn't realized yet. She hasn't realized it yet until she looks out and spots the pulse rifle and thinks, "How the heck's it got out there?" There's no way. No. She knows who done it. You know, it's like Clue. You know, it's like Clue. Did Miss Brown do it? Oh no, Burke. Oh yeah, it was Burke. It was Burke.
Say again, Bishop. You got it into auto refuel mode and sequencing, right? Okay, good. Stay on. You've activated the launch cycle. He's at the uplink tower.
Okay, terrific.
Tower.
Okay, terrific. Okay, terrific.
Tower.
Okay, terrific.
I say we grease this rat fuck son of a bitch right now.
Just doesn't make any
Fuck son of a bitch right now.
Just doesn't make any goddamn sense.
He figured that he could get an alien back to quarantine if one of us was impregnated, whatever you call it, and then frozen for the trip home. Nobody would know about the embryos we were carrying. Me and Newt.
Wait a minute now, we don't know.
Yes, the only way he could do it is if he sabotaged certain freezers on the way home. Namely yours. Sabotage certain freezers on the way home. Namely yours. Then he could jettison the bodies and make up any story he liked.
Fuck!
He's dead.
You dogged me, pal. Pal. Paranoid delusion. It's pathetic.
You know, Burke, I don't know which species is worse. You don't see them fucking each other over for a goddamn percentage.
All right, we waste him. No offense.
No!
For a goddamn percentage.
All right, we waste him. No offense. No offense. All right, we waste. All right, we waste him. No offense.
No! Gotta go back. They cut the power. Gotta go back. Gotta go back. They cut the power.
What do you mean they cut the power?
They cut the power.
What do you mean they...
Oh! Gotta go back. They cut the power.
What do you mean they cut the power? How could they cut the power, man? They're animals.
I want you.
What do you mean they cut the power? How could they cut the power, man? They're animals.
I want you.
We're coming!
No!
I mean... No! No, just stay still! No! No!
I think it's about there is where it cuts on the power laser disc. So it's, how many minutes does it show time remain? Because some laser disc players show time remain. Can't bring it up on this one. All I can see is present time 16 minutes 42 seconds. And then what they do on the power laser disc, they do a slow fade, like a fade effect. Now this is on side 3. This would be side 3 on the CAV laser disc on power laser disc. The analog track has a little bit more kind of clarity, a little bit on the high end. Look what it looks like on this scene. Look what this looks like. Because even here, I can tell that it zoomed in a little bit, whereas on the PAL Laserdisc, it shows quite a bit of open matte. You know, and you can see all around the edge the 35mm film. Let's have a look at that bit there where she's standing on the metal grid. Kind of like, that looks okay. That looks okay. I can't see any strange flickering effect like I saw on the THX Laserdisc, where that's weird. Someone's not doing their job at THX, I don't think. They're letting their guard down a little bit, I think. Personally, I think some of the Laserdisc THX Laserdisc programs are a bit of a, you know, that looks okay. That looks okay. It's almost similar to the PAL Laserdisc, except for it's not open matte. It looks a bit zoomed in. Slight fraction.
Going anywhere.
Don't let him leave.
Cloud of vapor the size of Nebraska.
Hicks, don't let him leave.
We ain't going anywhere.
Attention, emergency.
Bishop, she's alive. There's still time. There's still time.
19 minutes is her.
I want to hear about it, Bishop. She's alive. There's still time.
19 minutes is her.
She's alive. There's still time.
In 19 minutes, this area is going to be a cloud of vapor the size of Nebraska.
Time.
In 19 minutes, this area is going to be a cloud of vapor the size of Nebraska.
Hicks, don't let him leave.
Ain't going anywhere.
Attention, emergency. All personnel must evacuate. All personnel must
So what shall I look for?
evacuate.
Okay, maybe a scene like that. Maybe a bit of a scene like this at the end. So I need to get the DSLR camera so I can take a picture. Very good, take a good picture. And I'll put the power laser disc on, which I think is going to show or reveal a little difference. Oh gosh, my blood pressure's gone low. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, blood pressure's gone low. Oh, God, that hurts. Oh. Oh, that hurts, that does. Oh, I wonder what brought this on. Oh, damn. Oh, it hurts, that does. Oh. Oh, I can barely stand. Oh, that hurts. Oh, I can barely walk. Oh, why is it starting the tummy here? About here. Just about there. There's something that just... sends blood pressure come from there. And just... Oh. Oh, try and breathe. Oh. About there, hold it there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not a bad picture. Okay, go and put the CAV laser. Go and put the power laser disc on now. Because this is a CLV, so the it has a digital what do you call it? A digital memory still frame. So it's not bad. It's not bad, but I'm looking at the color texture, the color, and a few other things here. So I'm gonna put the power laser disc on now. So eject that. Ready? Just crouch. I can barely stand. Oh, crikey. Oh. I'll sit down there too. Oh. No! Okay. CAV PAL, side 3. Let's just scan through now. Won't take long to get to the end credits. And it's roughly about that frame. So I'll have a look at the ntsc one here. Where is it? Let's have a look at the framing. Yeah, it's a little bit, hang on, let's just check, double check, make sure there wasn't a camera tilt pan there. Looks almost the same. No, hold on a second. No, there is more framing on the PAL version. So see this shot here. See that shot there. Try and get that all set out of the way. Oh, here you get this little red thing. That's okay, it's just the camera. But there's a bit more bottom frame, where the frame here is cropping a proportion of probably maybe about 15%. Maybe about 15% is cropped on the ntsc slightly. Probably maybe does look maybe a little bit more width on it. There's a little bit more width on this back, so there's power pressings, a little bit more frame area. Color probably tinted a little bit different on the ntsc. I think the power pressing just looks better. I just think the power pressing looks better. Let's take a picture of that. Okay. And the also there's a bit more contrast ratio on the power laserdisc pressing. There's a bit more contrast ratio, I think, to the ntsc. So, take that picture there. I think the power pressing. I think the power pressing wins mostly.
Get away from her, you bitch! 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 Her, you bitch! From her, you bitch! Her, you bitch! Her, you bitch! You did okay.
Yeah. Yeah, power laser. This is pretty decent. Plus the soundtrack level, the soundtrack level, the level is a little bit higher than the NTSC. So I think the PAL pressing open matte laserdisc wins. Mostly.
She's alive. There's still time.
In 19 minutes, this area is going to be a cloud of vapor the size of Nebraska.
Hicks, don't let him leave.
We ain't going anywhere.
So fade that down. Oh. So that's mostly the PAL version versus the NTSC. I was thinking the NTSC was going to be similar to this PAL version, open map, but it's not. At least it was cheap. Because usually, yeah, some NTSC pressings are pretty good. So the PAL pressing is by far the winner. Highest marks. So I don't think there's another PAL. I don't think there's another NTSC pressing of Aliens that would be. I don't know. Same to the PAL Laserdisc pressing. Could be that they had different print versions sent out. Anyway, I'm free. That's mostly Aliens, mostly.